Hi Taurus, how are you? Welcome to 2019. I hope you had a great 2018 and I wish you an even greater 2019. I'm excited to pull the cards for you for January and see what happens for you and what's in store for you this January. My spread is going to be pretty simple. We're going to do 3 rows, past, present, future. We'll pull some clarifiers and we'll do an additional oracle card for another message that you're supposed to hear this month. So let's start. Let's pull some of the cards. Okay, I'm just going to switch the camera so you can see the cards I'm pulling. Okay. Let's see what's in store for you. Some good cards, I see. Good energies, Taurus. Oh. We ending with this. It's like almost the cliffhanger at the end of the month. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my god. Okay, so let's see. Let's start. So we'll do the first row. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse, the Emperor, and then the 5 of Wands. That's a lot of ego. A lot of ego going on right here. And then Taurus, you're definitely the one to be stubborn about certain things, and I think this is your card. Being super stubborn about something that you want and then not able to give in or like compromise. But you have to realize that some of these sometimes when you don't compromise, it's to the detriment of the family environment or like something within your family unit or your surroundings that you might hurt that. You might hurt that relationship. You might hurt or cause some sort of a rift, some sort of a disconnect, some sort of a disagreement that maybe overall it's going to provide or bring some resentment, which you don't want to do, right? But that's the energy that you're bringing into the month, which I don't know why. We'll see what we'll clarify what that was all about. What was that ego battle all about? But so you're moving into this month with like a sense of tension. Then we have the Moon. The Moon is a card of secrets. It's a card about the unknown. It's a card about the occult. So it's like when you left it at tension, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how people are going to react, even though you know exactly how you want to react. You know exactly how you want people to react. But will that happen? We don't know. We'll see. We'll pull some clarifiers for that one too. Then we have the 9 of Cups. Overall, in the end, it's going to work out anyway. You're going to get your wish. You're going to, whatever you were wishing for, whatever you wanted to get out of that argument, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. And it could be a relationship issue. It could be a work related, but I feel it has to do with your personal relationships. It could be friends or it could be your loved ones. Or it could be both. For some of you, it could be both. For some of you, it could be one or the other. So whatever resonates with you, take that from this reading. Then we have the 4 of Swords in reverse. I think once you get that wish granted, you're gonna be in Taurus. You're like a sign of action, so you're gonna take action. So you can't sit still. Once you get there, you're like, oh, what's next? What's gonna happen next? Or how can I act on making this even bigger and better, right? So you're gonna take some action. You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna relax. Then we have the King of Cups in reverse with a Page of Cups upright and then the Death. I feel like with this, it's just being so driven and being like wanted to get things done and move that you might push some buttons. You might have ruffle some feathers, as they say, right? You might see something maybe that wasn't appropriate at that time, and then you might hurt somebody. You might hurt somebody with your words, and it could be a father figure. It could be something from an authority perspective, or somebody that is, or you might just not read the situation the right way. So then you're going to be forced to move into the King of Cups into the Page of Cups, where it's you're going to have to apologize, because either you're going to have to apologize to somebody that hurt you or said those words to you, will come forward with an apology, will come forward you know, with, oh, I'm so sorry that I said that, or that I did that to you. I didn't realize it at the moment. That was inappropriate. That was not the right time. That was not the right thing to say. So, you know, that will happen. But if it's you, I highly encourage, in order to avoid that situation, is just kind of like, you know, not rush into something so fast. And I know it's kind of hard for you, Taurus, to do that because you're so driven all the time. But sometimes just like, you know, really speak before you think too, and don't rush into it something really quickly, you know, because you might hurt somebody. And then with the Death card, I feel like there is a big chance of those words, or it had to maybe has to do with this, or maybe it has to do with some secrets that haven't come out, that they will come out, and that would cause a major change in your life. But let's clarify. Let me see, because I'm really curious to see what these cards are mean. Like, what is the deeper significance of what this is, you know? I look at the other zodiac signs. Everything was kind of clear, but with you, it's so many unknowns. I don't know. But let's see. Let's see. I'm laughing. I'll show you why I'm laughing. Look at this. Look at this. I'll get to it, but just if anybody that knows tarot, they would know why I'm laughing at this right now. So now we're moving into the clarifies of the first row. We have the Hanged Man clarifying the in reverse, clarifying the Four of Wands. I feel it's like, again, that lack of perspective, that lack of trying to put yourself in other people's shoes that you were so reluctant to do because you were so stubborn, Taurus. You know, like you think you know best, but you don't. Well, sometimes you don't, I should say. That, you know, causes a rift in your family. And that would cause a rift between you, your finances, and somebody of authority. And I think it has to do with your work environment, that there might be a little bit of like a power struggle. But it could also be in your personal relationships. Like Nine of Pentacles, it's usually a card of the single woman, or like somebody that's really strong, know what they want, like, and then they have the resources. They're like really they're super independent. They have everything they need. So like they don't, you know, it's like that the independent person. But when it's in reverse, sometimes it could mean that maybe going from being single to being in a partnership, and it could be in a partnership with a Capricorn. I feel like it's a strong Capricorn here. Or it could be you, Taurus, too. It could also be like authority figure. But I think in this context, to me, it's more about, you know, it's just kind of like not being too headstrong on what abundance is, almost like, you know, or just not being able to like accept other forms, or like that there's other form of abundance and luxury besides the fact just the material world. I feel like that's a big part of the past lessons that you've learned. Then we have the Justice clarifying the Four in reverse, clarifying the Five of Wands. So I feel like you felt like there was justice not being served, and you felt like you had to defend your position. And then I think that's where we have the Emperor too, right? And this is where you maybe like the other person wasn't able to see your point of view, and then you had to defend it, and you had to be so headstrong in defending because you felt like you were being treated unfairly, which is good on your part that you did. It's good that you stood your ground. But if it's something that you did to somebody, know that if you mistreated them, you know, it's time for you to apologize. It's time for you to make that right, you know, because with the next one we have the Six of Pentacles clarifying the Moon. The Six of Pentacles, it's all about give and take, you know. So when if you look at the picture, it's like this person that gives this less fortunate person money, right? But the things can shift so quickly. The things can like go from you being the person giving to you being person to handing out your hand, you know, for support, for help, that if you're not careful enough, that might change. So I feel like this is an important month for you. If you like signing contracts, if you're signing a new lease, if you are getting into a partnership, if you're getting into a new relationship, make sure that you have all the information beforehand, before like signing that and, you know, putting that final approval on something. But then we have the Sun clarifying the Nine of Cups. You can't get any better than this. It's kind of a weird thing. It's like right dead in the middle of the spread. We have these two super awesome positive cards. They're kind of like, to me, almost like amongst all of this ego battle, amongst all of these different people not being able to see each other's perspectives, being that you are the one that can't put themselves in other people's shoes, or reversed. But in the end, it all works out. In the end, I feel like for a moment during January, you will have that feel of like you finally achieved what you wanted to achieve, and you finally like have that peaceful world, and like that, find that joy and bliss, you know, and happiness. It could also have to do maybe with your children. You know, maybe you like will find out that you will be a parent. You'll become a parent. It could also maybe mean that you'll take a little vacation. I feel like with the Sun, I feel like, you know, we're like, I'm in England right now, so it's like getting into a place where it's just sunny and warm. It could like refresh you, and like could be a really useful trip to take. But then we have the Four of Swords clarifying the Four of Swords. It's like, it's no time to rest. It's no time. You have so much to do. You have so much to get done that it's just like no time to rest. You know, it's like, kind of get it done. Get it done now, because you're like on a roll, and you know you set things in motion that it's like it's time, you know. But a lot of things, like in this spread too, it could actually be, there's some things that would apply only to certain people, and then some things just a really small group of you that will apply certain information. So take what resonates from it, and then you know, if it doesn't apply, the rest just, you know, it doesn't apply to you, but it will resonate with somebody else. Then we have the Page of Cups clarifying the King of Cups, and then we have the Page of Cups again, right? So it's like I said earlier, it's like an apology is due. An apology is going to be granted. Either you're going to apologize or somebody else is going to apologize to you. And then we have the next one is the Nine of Cups in reverse, clarifying the Page of Cups. It's somebody will come forward with an apology because somebody wronged somebody, or somebody, I feel like somebody overindulged. In this card, I get a sense of like overindulgence. I get a sense of somebody just taking advantage too much of a certain situation, or of you in a certain situation, or you doing that to somebody that you know, you finally realized that, and you finally realized that you're like, oh, you're kind of a jerk. You actually were kind of a jerk, or they were a jerk to you, and then they will come forward with that apology, and it's a really, really strong sense of apology, you know. And I feel like with these two, I feel like they will be seeking you out, or you'll be seeking them out, depending on the context of like what's going on in your life. And then at the last we have the Hierophant with the Death card. Well, I feel like with this, if some of you are married, you might get a divorce. If some of you are going through a divorce, you will get that finalized this month. If some of you also could get from being single to being in a committed relationship. So it's almost like the end of a certain situation and the beginning of a commitment. I feel like, or it could be the end of a commitment. So it depends. I feel like this reading, there's a lot of energy around here, Taurus. So I feel like there's so many of you, right? Like, will be watching this video with different situations in their life. So it could be different messages for all of you. But it's I get a strong sense that it's going to be either an ending of a commitment or a beginning of a commitment, or an ending of being, again, single and being into, like, in a committed relationship. You finally get that 9 of Cups, the wish granted, and the Sun, and with the children, and pregnancy too. So you might even get pregnant this month, you know. But it's something with the Hierophant. It's something that has to do with like commitment and relationships and like traditions too. So it's maybe like, it could also mean that for a small group of you too, it could also be something maybe like letting go of what society says that's normal for you, and then going with what you actually think and feel, you know, because sometimes it's, you know, you shouldn't go, well, I shouldn't say that, you know, like, be confident that what you believe in is right for you, and if society tells you otherwise, you know, it's, just go with how you feel, you know, go with what feels right to you, but again, be mindful of others, be mindful of that you're not hurting other people, that you're not, you know, your behavior is not mistreating or being rude to other people, you know, and vice versa, right? So it could also be that. It could also that you letting go of like being boxed, you know, this like little frame of what you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to be based on certain factors, certain situations in your life, and kind of really letting go of that and like really allowing yourself to be who you are without being put in a box, you know. So that's for this, but let me pull an oracle card. Let's see what's the additional message for you this month. Okay, let's see. We got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. I think that ties beautifully to what I just said, right? Don't deny yourself. Don't like, because society tells you so, because society tells you that because of these certain circumstances you have to be in this box, but you don't. You know, like romantic feelings, your feelings are real. What you feeling and what you experience is real to you, and that's what matters, you know, because you're the one living your life, not other people. So make it the way you want it to be, you know, like if you feel like you need to apologize to somebody, do it. If you feel like they wronged you, they will come forward with that apology, you know, but also be careful of like not overstepping and like be have like make sure that there's a give and take too, you know, because you will get to that point, you will get that wish granted, but only if you do the work, only if you know, like you know, apologize when apologies needed, you know, like putting yourself in other people's shoes and letting go of ego too. I feel like, Taurus, for you that's a hard one to learn, letting go of ego, letting go of like, you know, certain structures. So I think overall that's going to be a really good month for you, you know, and I know that if you're the one that's waiting for an apology's coming. So, well, this is it for this month, but if you like and if this reading resonated with you, please like the video, and if you're looking forward to your reading in February, subscribe to my channel and then you'll get notification when the next video comes out. Well, good luck in January and wish you a great 2019, and I'll see you next month. Bye.